Clancy the lobster. Honestly, I never thought I would see a lobster holding guns, but here we are. Honestly, I feel like Clancy it's one of those scenarios where Angela scenario, where people just think it's balanced, but then they just realize out of nowhere, wait a second, this is absolutely broken, what the hell? And I feel like Clancy it's the perfect definition of this problem. So today I'm gonna nerf him and suggest a bunch of balances that I feel like he absolutely needs them. Hope you enjoy. And let's start with a very weird one, but I feel like it at the same time it is absolutely deserved, which is his reload time. It will be increased from 2 seconds to 2.2 seconds. I never thought his reload time was 2 seconds. I don't know how is that possible, because to me, he always feels like he has ammo. Maybe this is because the super charges and recharges so fastly, but it's just absolutely crazy. And at the same time, if you always have ammo, then the second support it is pretty useless. And because Clancy is this strong, I definitely think that a nerf to the reload time it is deserved. Not only to just nerf him overall, but to also make his second star power a tiny bit more appealing. Next we have to talk about his tokens. So honestly, the fact that he can just keep the level, it is absolutely broken. Imagine if Surge could keep the levels, like nuts, I know, like crazy. Like it seems that Supercell forgot the reason why they didn't let just Surge keep the levels. But yeah, you know what, Clancy costed like 24 bucks, so that's probably why. Just saying. So honestly, a tiny nerf to this feels pretty reasonable. Now you respawn back with 75% of your tokens. This means that if you were fully maxed, you would then respawn at level 2 with half of the tokens. Also, this would completely change over time and depending on how many tokens you had when you died, but you get the point. You would not just respawn in level 3, which level 3 is just absolutely bananas. You're like a god with that thing. Lastly, we need to talk about his recharge rate, which is another pretty broken thing. So to start off, he can fully recharge his super with less than one super. Jeez, almost half of the super he recharges the super. I don't know why they thought this was a good idea. Maybe because his competitors had like piercing abilities with the supers like Griff and Shelly, but still their recharge rates it's not even close to the power of Clancy the lobster. It is absolutely crazy. So the recharge rate will be decreased from 10% to 6%. So now even if you hit all the shots, you still need one extra projectile to get another super. So even if you're at level 1 and you completely hit the super, you still need one projectile get the super back, which for me feels completely deserved. Like, what type of character deserves to get their super back just by hitting like almost half of the super? Honestly, this explains so much why does he always feel like he has the super, because he can just recharge it with half of the super, which is just so broken, honestly. You know what else is broken? The fact that you're not subscribed. Assuming that you're not subscribed. So yeah, go do that now. It took a long time to make these videos, and honestly right now I am ramping up on videos, so definitely want to subscribe to check out more content on the channel, because I am farming content right now. So I would really be very glad if you could do that for me. Thank you. So keeping with the changes, the baseline speed of this brawler would be increased from normal to fast. Honestly, he just suddenly gets a burst of speed when he reaches level 3, and you're not going crazy either. Like out of nowhere, his speed gets increased from normal, which is around 720, which is the value of a normal speed, to 864. Now you might be asking, what is 864? Well, there is a 50 value difference between each speed. So it is 720 in a normal speed, 770 in a fast speed, and 820 in a very fast speed. And Clancy has 864. So he has pretty much almost the equivalent of a very fast movement speed at max level. What type of character deserves to have at baseline more movement speed than the fastest brawler in the game? That's just stupid. So this 2-in-1, the baseline movement speed will be increased from normal to fast, and the level 3 speed will be decreased from very very fast to very fast. So now you will not just have that sudden burst of movement speed, which I still find it pretty crazy honestly. Suddenly you're just so fast, which it is very cool, but you don't need to do it that drastically to the point where at level 1 you're pretty slow and at level 3 you're faster than lightning. Pretty crazy. So these two changes should fix that problem that he has. Now that we finally spoke about his baseline, let's talk about gadgets and star powers. His second gadget. Apparently, this thing stuns, and it is not even written in the description of the actual gadget. So apparently a quick research to the fandom, and thankfully a subscriber warning me about this, because otherwise I would have never figured out this was an actual thing. But it's not a secret either, you can just go to Brawl Stars fandom and research that and you'll see the proof right there. And just remove the stun. It is very simple. It is an extra mechanic that it is pretty powerful on a gadget that I already thought it was strong. So honestly, just remove the stun and that gadget should be alright. And finally, just a tiny buff to his first star power. Now, besides when you spawn, you get the 3 tokens. Now, when you respawn, you get 2 tokens. So overall, this star power would be about keeping your tokens and making sure that you're well leveled up and pretty healthy, while the second one would just be to just cycle kills. And this is pretty good. This should make the first star power still good.